All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to our live stream, our virtual piano lounge is what we're calling it. Once again, my name is Luciano Minetti, here today for Korg on the SV-2, and we're going to do something different today. We're actually going to try this virtual piano lounge idea, and from time to time, as you know, you tune in every week and we do different streams showing you how to use our products and taking you on a tutorial-based kind of a live stream. But today, we figured we would do something different, coming out of streams on the EK50, i3, multi-engine madness, and take it back a notch and just give you a little bit of jazz. Come and go if you please, stop into our live stream, and we have product support in the chat. So kind of like an open office hours, but for Korg. If you have any questions about your other Korg products as well, we'll be more than welcome to take them in the chat, and Eric will be answering them. But so nice to have you joining me today. I'm going to be playing the SV-2. I saw a couple questions about the piano sound. I did use the Italian Grand. That is a beautiful sound, really rich and full on the SV-2. I'll be playing mostly piano today for this virtual piano lounge, but I'll probably play, you know what, the next one, actually, I'll play a little EP since it is the SV-2. We got to play some sort of an electric piano. So, with that said, I'm going to do less talking today and more playing, so I hope you enjoy. And once again, ask your questions in the chat. Eric is in the chat from product support, and by the way, our new product specialist, Natalie, who you'll be seeing next week on a stream on the Op6. So, without further ado, I'm going to keep playing. The next tune is going to be called Autumn Leaves, jazz standard. And the one I opened up with was Stompin' at the Savoy. So, hope you enjoy, and I'm going to continue playing. All right, so that was Autumn Leaves. I hope you enjoy that. That's a beautiful road sound there, electric piano, but you can hear just, I don't know, I've been muting my mic so this way you can get the full effect. If you have headphones, you probably might be able to hear all the mechanical noises that are part of the sample. So it makes for a really realistic playing experience. I have my headphones in, so I'm really dialed into the instrument. So that was Autumn Leaves. We're going to continue with some different selections today. Some jazz stuff, but I want to keep it low-key for the Q&A, so as you guys keep posting questions. Thank you for joining us, by the way. I see we have some questions. As requested from all users, Korg should release an iOS app for the SV-2. That would be very cool. You know, one thing that's cool about these streams is we just like to hear all your feedback and what you guys are liking, and it's always good, and if I can be the messenger, I always will. So thank you for your suggestions, as always. So continuing today, we'll play something a little bit more up now, a jazz tune called, let's see which one we'll do next. We'll do a rhythm changes tune called Oleo. So for those of you who are familiar, rhythm changes comes from the name I Got Rhythm. And rhythm changes are applied to lots of different tunes in jazz where we use the same chord progression, kind of like a blues. Rhythm changes are comparable. So I will play Oleo. Maybe we'll keep the road sound. The road sound is so much fun to play, so maybe I'll stick with it and go back to the piano in a little bit. So this is Oleo. I hope you enjoy. And we'll try and, you know, I'm going to improvise a little bit. And, you know, I know Natalie and I were talking, and we're going to try and do at least one stream once in a while where she's doing something, improvising on some synths, and maybe I'll do some piano stuff. So hope you dig it. going to shift gears a little bit now. If you want to cover Joel, this is a cover for you. Then this is You Don't Know What Love Is. It's a really cool Chet Baker tune. It's a ballad, one of my favorites, just really nice in an F minor. So hope you enjoy You Don't Know What Love Is by Chet Baker. All right, everyone. That was You Don't Know What Love Is, a Chet Baker tune. If you haven't checked that out, by the way, that's a really great recording if you're into jazz. It's amazing when he sings it as well. A couple of things. Which velocity curve are you using in general? Actually, I use the original, just the factory out of the gate velocity curve, so I guess normal. That's a great feature to point out, by the way, Jerome. So you can click the touch button here, and you can basically use the favorites knobs to adjust how sensitive you want the key bed. Depending on how your touch is, it can be a very useful feature, but you can see it's on 1, it's flashing. So that's the one I'm using right now. I seldom change it. I tend to use velocity curves more on my synth action keyboards where I want to dig in because I'm a pianist used to playing regular weighted keys, then I will usually scale it back. So a great question. A couple of cool things, by the way. Somebody mentioned before about Patch of the Week on the SV-2. We did our first Patch of the Week on the SV-2 in December. So absolutely, we will continue to do more, and it's great to see that you guys were checking it out. So we want more Patch of the Week videos based on SV-2 EPs. So we can definitely do that. So thank you for your feedback on that. We will definitely keep that content coming. Are these the same samples that are in the Kronos too? Yes, so I was using the Italian Grand, there's the German Grand as well. So the SV-2 brings in that sample content, which is pretty awesome. As you can hear, it sounds amazing with I don't know if you can hear this, but I'm gonna mute my mic for a second, but listen for the damper noise coming up and down. When you play a ballad, that's where it really shines, and I think you can appreciate it in a softer, more intimate setting. So give a listen. As I press the pedal, you're hearing the dampers come up off the strings and a sympathetic resonance as well. When you're playing ballad and holding chords, you're going to hear the strings that would naturally resonate on a piano. So I'll play one more chord and you can hear, listen for the ring out here. So the ring out is usually when you could tell, separates the great samples from the ones that aren't so great. I just want to see some other comments, if anyone has any questions. Can you say Vintage Crunch? Let's hear. A little crunch in that one. Just want to see some other comments. I'm going to then continue playing, but just a couple of things. I love playing jazz. So I appreciate all the kind words. It's nice to have you join me. But one of my favorite things is just like exploring a tune and just kind of figuring out, what you can do with it harmonically. And I think that's for me like where I have my fun really. I kind of always, when I was in college for music, I never wanted to practice the scales as much and exercise. I just wanted to explore. It was fun. That was where I had my most fun. So for example, with that tune that I just played, You Don't Know What Love Is, there's so many variations, but for example, you could put passing chords in there instead of, that's the basic melody. So you see, within that same passage comes much more harmonic variation, and then continuing to the next line of the melody. So see, even there, it's like, okay, well, do I want to go back to the F minor, which would be, that's fine, but go to the D flat, So that's where I have my fun with jazz. So I hope you guys dig it. But speaking of jazz, I'm sure many of you know that we had a really terrible loss to the jazz industry this past week. Somebody who was one of the founding fathers of jazz and jazz piano, certainly wrote the language, really invented the language, one of the pioneers of the language that all jazz musicians use today, and that was Chick Corea, who passed last week. And everyone at Korg, we were all talking about what a big loss that was, my friends from music school. But so many amazing pieces of music come from Chick, and one of my favorites that he did was Armando's Rumba. And it's just absolutely beautiful melody. I love that it's got so much like pull in certain directions, and you go to major, and the bridge is really nice. But anyway, I'm going to play that for you. And again, if you're just joining us, feel free to ask any questions in the chat. Product support will be answering your questions, and we're just having a nice hang on a Wednesday. All right, here is Armando's Rumba, Chick Corea. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was Armando's Rumba by Chick Corea. Again, just celebrating the amazing music that came from Chick. Just so much stuff. Actually, we were talking before we actually started the stream with our social media manager just about what an amazing person he was. I only got to meet him once in person. I didn't know what to say to him because it was just like meeting a hero, but so humble and a light in music. So, continuing, so nice to have you all joining us again. Oh, we have someone from Spain. All right, cool. Welcome from Spain. Awesome. All right, I'm going to continue playing a little bit more. We'll go back to some of the, maybe a swing tune, and then I will play us off with something with the bass. By the way, if you joined us from the beginning of the stream, I did record the SV-2 bass sound, which was playing behind me at the beginning. So that is accessible. You can do a bass split as well. I just chose for this stream to kind of keep it to mostly piano, but let's go to my bank here. Oh, 1 second. I got to remember which bank I saved all my there it is, bank 6. All right. So this is like a bass split, for example, if you do not have the bass player at the gig, but that's a pretty awesome sound. But I did record that at the beginning so you can hear, freeze up my left hand a little bit because I don't want to be constrained to playing bass right now. But yeah, so we'll continue with some more music, and I'll play a really big standard. We'll try and put something and do something different with it, but we'll do The Way You Look Tonight, which if you all play gigs out there, it's just, you got to do it. So here we go, The Way You Look Tonight. We'll see if we can put some stuff in there. Before I get started, actually, I was always hearing different arrangements of this tune, and I don't know which the big band version was, but I love when they pedal a C in the bass there, Yeah, those are the cool chords. So, anyway, we'll play it now. All right. Actually, I realized I was like, the first time around, I don't know if any of you are experiencing the same thing, but it's been so long since I played gigs, like out, weddings and things like that. I forgot the bridge for a second. I was like, oh, does it go to A flat? It's been a year since I played a gig. So anyway, the way you look tonight, hope you guys enjoyed that. But a lot of cool stuff you can do with that as well, harmonically. I think one time we're going to do a jazz sort of a live stream, by the way, for you. And we'll market it like that so you'll know that it's about like arranging or harmony or something like that. But that'll be a fun thing that we're planning on doing in the future. Cool. I'm going to just play two more for you. One is going to be a quick Brazilian tune. I love bossa novas. It's going to be called Once I Loved on a harpsichord. Let's see what it like this one. This is called Once I Loved, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, and the cluster chords, yes. Brendan, thank you for listening to the cluster chords. Yeah, those are, my fun fact, my favorite type of chord, I was telling my dad this, is the sus chord. Sus chords, everything, man. Everything for a sus chord. And I just always looked at sus chords, like if I'm playing a G minor 9, right? Or a D minor 9, I should say. I always just play, if I'm thinking in my head, I play that over a G. Some people like to look at it as F major 7 over G. I prefer to look at it as like a D minor 11. So when I'm playing, and then it's all the notes are in. So sus chords are my favorite type of chord, Brendan, I agree. All right, cool. So with that said, I see that we have had plenty of questions going on in the chat, so thank you all for joining us today. I'm going to just play us off with one more, and that is actually going to be called But Not For Me, and it's a really cool standard, but I actually recorded the bass for this one so we can have a little bit of accompaniment. Let me see if that's one of those charts I want to have the melody up in case, it's been a while, the gigs have not been happening frequently, so I got to read the music again. All right, yeah, every extension, Brendan, exactly. Getting out all the Chet Baker, right. But Not For Me, yeah, Chet Baker did do But Not For Me too. It's a Gershwin tune, I believe, right? Gershwin composed the tune, I think. But anyway, thank you all for joining me today. Really appreciate it. And we'll be back next week with our normal tutorial-based live streams. Like I said, our new product specialist, Natalie, will be taking us through the Op6. So if you're into FM synthesis, come check out Altered FM with Natalie, and it'll be a fun hang. I'll be in the chat as well, answering questions. And then following that, we will be doing something cool, actually, with the SV-2. We're going to be combining it with a PA-1000. So arranger meets stage piano, which is going to be a lot of fun. So join us for that, and we'll definitely publicize it, so keep an eye out for that, all right? Thank you so much for joining us. I'll play us off with But Not For Me.